to measure, Trinity Woodall. Comedy treasure, Reece Shearsmith. And their team captain, David Mitchell. And facing them tonight, fresh from the West End, Michael Ball. TV's his best friend, Charlie Brooker. And their team captain, Lee Mack. And your host, Rob Brydon.
Good evening, and welcome along to Would I Lie to You, the show all about lies and lying. Now, according to research, the most common lies are about affairs and money. So, men, if you do spend the night with another woman, don't make things worse by lying to your wife about how much she cost. When you give someone a fake smile, you don't use the same set of muscles as when you smile at them genuinely. It's easy to tell the difference. A genuine smile is the one you get from your dear old mum as you walk up the path to the care home on a Sunday afternoon. A fake smile is the one you give her back. And so, to round one, Home Truths, where our panellists take it in turns to read out a statement from the card in front of them, and to make it particularly difficult, they haven't seen the card yet, so they don't know if it contains a truth or a terrible, terrible lie that we've made up for them. Michael Ball is first up. Michael,
great.
What would you like to tell us?
Thank you. I have a three-part ritual I have to adhere to before I go on stage.
David's team, how true is this?
OK, what are the three parts?
Firstly, there's a sweet that I have to have before I feel comfortable.
A sweet.
A sweet.
Part two?
Part two is...
I may have to hurry.
Is putting on a spray. Is spraying me with... so I smell nice.
Insecticide.
I smell nice for the ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
What spray? What spray?
Madame Rochard. Because I'm in Hairspray, and she's a woman, and so I put.
So it's a recent thing since you were in Hairspray. Or...
It depends.
It's theme.
A different smell for every thing I do.
What did you do when you were in Cats?
I didn't do Cats.
What's the third part?
And the third part?
Tapping.
Tapping.
Tapping?
Tapping.
What do you tap?
Tapping. Parts of my body.
I don't think we need to go any further.
Can you demonstrate?
Yes. You go there, and then you go there, and your hands.
Right. Tapping your hands. Yeah.
Well, there we are. There are lots of people around the country, just like Michael, who need your help. Please send whatever you can. David's team, what do you think?
This thing about tapping, I know about tapping, and you started doing it correctly and then you stopped because I thought, are you giving too much away if you continue tapping correctly?
If you didn't even do this, this is where doctors do it.
It's probably not.
If you have a lung disease.
To be fair, Reece, he's never claimed to be a doctor, I think.
Well, there was the once, but...
That was just to get you to the next stage, wasn't it?
There can't be a perfume for every character you play in musicals.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah, but it could
That's
be...
what you're saying.
No, I said for this character. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
Madame Rochard, whatever you called yourself. Is it real?
Yeah, but it's not one you'd associate with Hairspray. I'd associate Charlie or something with Hairspray.
He does that in the dressing room as well,
Those were the old days.
My feeling is that it's a lie at the moment.
I think he's telling the truth.
So you're
When pushed on the
towards a
fingers,
lie?
it was too vague, yes.
Well, it's 2-1. We reckon it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie.
Yeah.
OK, Michael, what is the answer?
It is, in fact, the truth.
So, yes, it's true. Michael does have a three-part ritual that he has to carry out before going on stage. Lots of stars have little rituals. Amy Winehouse always has a small glass of dry white wine. Then a large glass of brandy. And then 1.5 litres of meths. Trini, you're next.
Oh, okay. Marks and Spencer's mannequins are based on my body.
Just the female
I
one.
was going to say, not the men's department.
Surely. How did this work? Did you have a mould of your body?
What you do is you do a, like a plaster of Paris on your body.
Hang on, say this really slowly.
A man takes this gunk and he...
Why did they want you?
So I used to model.
Is it the head as well, or just the body?
No, the body, but the... Yeah.
They didn't bother doing your hair?
No, they did my hair, but it was...
So they basically decided that you'd be the right body to advertise, but they went, We don't want the face, love. Is that what you're saying? Did you look different, like, when you were a model? Were they going, we'll go with the body look? What's wrong with the face?
I had acne, actually. I had very bad acne.
Well, they could have sanded it down. Not you. No, the model. I mean the model. They cast the face and then they get a bit of, like, grade 2. Just shave off the acne. What?
Does it hurt when they peel it off? Is it like, you know, when you pull a plaster off quickly? Is it like
Before
that?
they put on the plaster of Paris, you're wrapped in saran wrap.
But then you'd get all the lumps, wouldn't you?
No,
from
you
the
don't.
ceramic?
I tell you, I've had it done a few times.
You do. Well, you think about it. I had it for a show I was in called The Woman in White, and it would all buckle, and then if you poured something in on that, you'd get all the lines on it, I'd have thought.
Well, you could just sand it off like the acne.
So, Lee, what do you think?
All right.
Why I don't think it's true is that surely mannequins come in different sizes, because otherwise...
No.
No?
No, clothes come in different sizes. And they put the right size on the mannequin to make them look as attractive as they possibly can.
I love boys discussing fashion.
Wait, you got...
Oh, I got Charlie's off.
You got cast before, didn't you? You were cast for a big set of fake breasts for a show, weren't you?
No. That wasn't me.
He was talking to David.
Yes. I'm sure you got fitted for a prosthetic set of breasts for
In
a
your
show.
fantasy, darling.
God, did I dream that?
Because if that would be your body.
We think that that's a lie.
OK, is it fact or fiction?
You've got the experience.
It is a lie. Marks and Spencer mannequins are not based on Trini's body. But it's true, isn't it, that Susanna did provide the inspiration for their large sacks of potatoes. Reece, your turn to confess.
For a summer, I worked at a funeral director's that offered themed funerals.
What's a themed funeral? Give us an example of a theme.
Well, you can have a medieval one.
How does a medieval funeral work?
You have it when you're 26.
Well, there was a king and queen,
Right.
obviously.
Who are the king and queen? The sort of the departed parents?
The nearest people to the person who's died.
They dress up?
Yes, they dress up.
Oh, I see. So it's not just the dead person. Everyone's got to be into medieval.
The people who are alive are dressed up and the dead person's dead. He doesn't know.
Because you're too upset.
We've had medieval.
Medieval.
Could you give me 3 others?
There was a Valentine's Day massacre one.
Oh, come on! What did that tell us, that?
Actually called Valentine's Day Massacre.
It's called the Blue Parrot.
What?
Well, the Blue Parrot is the name of the supposed club that all the people...
They're all believing it now, look at that.
The St. Valentine's Day Massacre was an atrocity. Why a
Did you make that
funeral
up?
is depressing enough? Why would you want to make it more depressing?
It's not me personally, it was on the list.
What was beyond the pale? Like, if I came and said I want a cannibal-themed funeral...
There was one who came and wanted all the people to be serial killers.
But dressed as different.
Just realised you said I genuinely thought you said cannon and ball. What are you talking about? He's dead! He is dead!
Did you ever get a point where there was, like, another regular funeral going on at the same time and maybe they were slightly upset to look over and see people in zany It's a Knockout costumes burning a corpse into the ground?
It was only ever crematorium, it wasn't ever burials. So it was quite private.
What if they said, before the crematorium, he was a big fan of Bonfire Night, can you stuff it with fireworks, Catherine Wheels, the lot, and then when it goes behind the curtain, pin the coffin to a wall and watch it spin round as the flames sing out.
So, Lee, what are you saying?
Do you
What's
know
the
what?
decision?
I'm getting genuinely annoyed by this, because I know we've got to say it's a lie. Because if we say true and it's a lie, everyone at home is going to be going, what? How could that possibly be true? And then there's a massive voice in my head going, this is true.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Really?
Yeah, there is.
The St. Valentine's Day Massacre!
I know it sounds ludicrous.
Lee Mack, make a decision. What is
We
it?
go for common sense.
Yeah, it's a lie. Let's not look stupid.
All right, go on. We'll say it's a lie.
Saying it's a lie. OK, Reece, fact or fiction?
It is Lie.
It is indeed a lie. Reece didn't used to work at a funeral director's that offered themed funerals. Actually, I plan to put my ashes, while still hot, in one of those council wheelie bins. That'll show them. Charlie Brooker, you're up next.
For 6 years, I pretended to a girlfriend that I was partially deaf.
Seems reasonable enough. David's team, what do you think?
After how many years of going out with her did this start?
Shamefully quickly.
Was by pretending to be partially deaf how you clinched the deal early on?
Are you saying I have to use pity to attract people?
I'm saying you might have used pity.
I'm not above it.
Did she have a very irritating habit that precipitated your going deaf?
Yes, talking. She was talking about something that was very important to her, some emotional thing.
Right.
And she said you weren't listening to me and got very upset, started crying, and so I thought I'll lie and tell her I'm deaf in one ear. Which I did.
And at that point, what you're saying to her is, I didn't hear anything because I'm deaf in one ear. I thought we were sitting together in silence. That's what I thought was happening.
No, I had my attention taken up with something else, and I said it
What was
apologetically.
Stroking his guide dog. Well, that's what he called it, anyway.
Did you elaborate on why you were deaf in the ear after you had to go? What was your reason?
I said that when I was a child, I had nearly drowned when I was like 4 in a swimming pool, and this had left me deaf in one ear. I clearly tried shaking my head, and I felt quite bad because I told the lie early on, and then I had to maintain it.
So did you tell her ever after the 6 years, or did the relationship just break up and you never told her?
I never told her.
Right.
I didn't tell her. I wrote about it in a newspaper column.
That's nice.
She's a Geordie, they're robust.
Actually, to be fair, now that adds credence to the fact he didn't want to hear her, so...
I'm just trying to put myself in the position of that woman. 6 years! You've lied. You've lied to me.
A big lie.
It's quite a big lie.
You'd be surprised how often it doesn't come up.
Now that's a big lie.
And the advantage is, after telling that lie, half the times it comes up, you can pretend you haven't heard it.
So what do you think?
So you think it's...
A lie.
You think it's a lie?
Horrifically, I think it's true.
I think it might be true.
You think it's true? Charlie, is it truth or lie?
It's true.
Everything that you just told us is true.
Yes, I'm afraid. I'm afraid it is. And it was terrible. It was such a burden.
Oh, poor you!
The first time I introduced her to my parents, we're going down to meet them on the train. I suddenly thought, oh, God, she's going to mention the... And so I had to turn round to her and say, don't bring it up. My mother blames herself. And... I didn't want to lose her. I was desperate. Having told this terrible lie, I was locked into it. I daren't tell her I was going to... Can't you see that... Don't you find that moving? You, cold-hearted monster!
I'm not having this! You can't call us cold-hearted. You've lived
People
a
make
6 year
mistakes,
life.
David!
Yes, and for which they must be punished.
So yes, it's amazingly true. Charlie did pretend to a girlfriend for 6 cruel years that he was partially deaf. Ironically, like all his other girlfriends, she was partially sighted. Our next round is called The Ring of Truth. I'll be offering the team some bizarre celebrity facts, but are they true, or did we get them from Wikipedia? Lee's team, take a look at this clip.
We do a bigger one for the trucker, for the really hungry person, which consists of a steak and kidney pie, beans, tomatoes, chips, mushrooms, fried potatoes, 2 thick bread and butter, and it comes up really heaped well up on a plate. Like you've got egg and chips, bacon and chips, sausage and chips, corned beef and chips, egg, bacon and chips, everything what goes with chips.
I should say what they didn't show you there was the toilet, where Gillian McKeith was spending one of the happiest days of her life. So here's the related fact, right, for Lee's team. Christina Aguilera once followed a strict diet where every meal had 4 food items. 1 crunchy, 1 soft, 1 hot, and 1 cold. Lee's team, could that be true?
That's not very specific, is it?
There are more specifics. They had to be bold-coloured, you know. Example meal, right? Raw red pepper, which would be red and cold. Steamed broccoli, which would count for green and hot. Scrambled eggs, yellow and hot. And raw carrot sticks, which, as we all know, are orange and cold.
They're not cold, they're crunchy.
That's 2 crunchy things.
The pepper's
They're
cold.
not cold as well, unless you've heated them up.
Yes, I know, but,
it's
but the system is 1 crunchy, 1 soft, 1 hot, 1 cold. So don't start talking about something that might coincidentally be cold and crunchy. That's just confusing.
Its selling point was its crunchiness, I'll give you that.
In this instance, the carrot's there playing the crunchy role.
The crunchy role.
And could say to the pepper, oh, actually, I've done cold as well, but today I'm on crunchy. All right, I've been crunchy, but today I'm cold, you know.
But any food can be served in all of those ways. You're quite right.
No, a grape cannot be crunchy, you idiot.
Have you never eaten the pit?
Don't talk to Michael Ball like that.
Yeah.
He was in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. What have you ever done?
What if you froze a grape?
Hey, listen, I sat through him in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I know worked harder.
It's all right, I have an Olivier Award.
Lee's team.
I think it's true. Because that's the sort of stupid thing that people like her do to give their life some purpose and meaning, is come up with a set of arbitrary rules, something for them to think about while they're sitting on their thin arses.
OK, I think it's true.
Oh, go on, I'll go with my team on this one and say that that's the truth.
You're saying it's true? OK. It is true. It's true, Christina will go to any lengths to maintain that slightly slutty look we've all come to know and love. Which means, at the end of that round, Lee's team is in the lead by 4 points to 2. Our next round is called This Is My. We're about to bring on a mystery guest that each of Lee's team will claim to have a special relationship with, but only one of them will be telling the truth, and it's up to David's team to decide who. So, please, welcome this week's special guest, Donna. So, Charlie first, what is Donna to you?
This is Donna, who's teaching me basic home maintenance.
All right. Lee, what is Donna to you?
This is Donna, and she saved my life when she threw me a life belt after I fell off my boat.
OK. Michael, what is Donna to you?
This is Donna. She has been my #1 superfan since she was 17. She even has a toilet seat cover with my face on it.
Michael has a fan. David's team, who would you like to start with?
Michael, when did you start your relationship with your fan?
I have a relationship with most of my fans.
How did you get to know Donna?
Yeah.
I've seen her at the front of crowds of audiences that have come and waited at stage doors, and you sign autographs, and you stop and you have a chat.
Some shows only Donna turns up.
Only Donna is there.
So what makes Donna your #1 fan?
Well, a number of things. I released a charity single, and so she went and bought them all in a shop and then sold them on at her school.
Isn't that illegal?
Open-air concerts, she'll always try and be the first down the front, so she'll go into training prior to the gig so that she can get there first.
Do you have, like, a #2 fan and a #3 fan?
Well, it's no. No, everyone's #1.
Charlie, what sort of home maintenance tips are you being given?
Very, very basic ones. My home's a mess, and I'm not very good at sort of maintaining, you know, looking after anything in my house. So an ex-girlfriend paid for me to have these lessons where I basically learned... It's basic stuff.
Do you mean like how to change a plug?
Yes, well, yes, that was one of the first things we did. Yes,
Right.
I've only, to be honest, I've only gone 3 times, and
Where do you
Gone
go?
where?
Where'd you go? Gone where?
Yeah.
She
It's
comes
just in
to
a
you,
community
you said.
centre down the road.
Are you doing it for a magazine article?
No. No, I'm doing it because I'm a pathetic human being.
Charlie, what is the first rule of Home Maintenance Club?
You don't talk about home maintenance.
Lee, tell us the story of your boating trip. Where was the boat?
The boat was on the River Thames.
Were you by yourself?
Well, I was actually with my dog and one other person.
Why does the dog come first?
What?
Right.
Why does the dog come first? That's exactly what my wife says.
Right.
Why do you introduce me like that all the time? Then? This is my dog Pickles and one other person.
Who was the other person?
My wife.
How fast a boat is this? I'm not a boat expert.
Well, it's a twin-engine, 28-foot Furline Sun Fury, and as we all know, they can go up to 45 knots, but on the Thames, as we all know, you can't break 6 knots. Just to give you an idea of how fast 6 knots is, if someone is walking beside you and you wave to them, you're committed to it for about 2 hours.
Right. And how did you fall in?
Well, I was actually trying to go round the side of the boat to undo the gas canister at the front so we could make a cup of tea, and I went down the side and slipped.
Why didn't your wife try to save you?
Yeah.
She can't swim.
And what's Donna got to do with it? She hasn't appeared yet in this story.
Yes.
Well, Donna was on another boat coming the other way, and I slipped in, and then she just threw me the ring.
And she did
So
what?
your wife, because she can't swim, also won't throw you a life belt?
So what do you say? What is she?
Trini?
I think when Donna came in, the only person who didn't look at her was the guy in the middle.
His name is Lee Mack.
Yeah. Trini!
He's a popular
Trini,
comedian.
will you stop treating me like staff?
No, I can't decide between Michael and Lee.
I don't believe Lee would go boating very much. And
Why wouldn't I go boating very much?
Just doesn't
Well,
suit you.
Why? All right, then she saved me when I was trying to chase after a whippet.
Reece, do you have any suspicions which way this should go?
I think that Lee is telling the truth.
you think Lee?
Yeah.
OK,
That
let's
your
go
answer?
with Lee.
OK, Donna, would you reveal your true identity?
I'm Michael's #1 fan.
Yes. Look at this. Oh, you've got it. We say congratulations to Donna, and thank you very much indeed for coming, Donna. Thank you. Which brings us to our final round, quick fire lies, in which our panellists lie not only through their teeth, but against the clock. David's team are currently behind, so we're going to give them one last chance to catch up, starting with... That's David.
3 members of the Cabinet subscribe to my Twitter feed.
Please explain for some of the less with it crowd what a Twitter is.
Well, Twitter is a website where you can essentially leave messages of up to 140 characters.
All right. OK.
And no longer.
OK, Lee's team.
You made it sound so dynamic. I can see why it's so popular.
I can't.
Why did you sign up?
Because someone on it was impersonating me.
What?
Someone on Twitter was pretending to be me and putting messages on it like, going to peep show production meeting, everyone there is an arsehole, which I did not wish to be published under my name.
And who are the cabinet ministers?
They are Andy Burnham, the Culture Secretary, Alistair Darling, who is the Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Can you say Exchequer like that again?
Chancellor of the Exchequer. And Alan Johnson.
If this is true, is it any wonder the financial crisis we're in?
How many followers do you have?
About 27,000.
What sort of information would you be giving that's so interesting that they're going to sign up to follow you, of all the people in the country?
I think you can follow more...
That sounded really confrontational.
You really are full of nasty...
He's a very popular young man in the current entertainment scene, and a lot of people enjoy his work and they want to get close to him and they follow him.
He's been on Question Time.
He's been on Question
I'm a
Time,
major
Charlie.
political force, Charlie.
Lee, let's have a guess.
It's a lie.
I
That's a
think
It's
it
a
could
lie.
be true, actually. I think
The
it
whole
could be
team
true.
lie.
It's a lie.
If anybody is talking through the internet to cabinet members, it's Dave Mitchell.
He's not talking. He never. I'm on there. He never. He doesn't really say much. Frankly, you're boring on there.
I think it might be true.
Are you saying true?
You can say that if you want to lose the game.
OK, it's a lie. OK.
You
No,
think
I
it's a
think it's a
lie,
lie. It
Charlie?
must be a lie. I don't know
Absolutely
anything.
convinced it's a lie.
I think it's true, and I'm going to go with you two, but particularly you, if it goes wrong.
OK, you're saying it's a lie. David, is it true?
It is a lie.
It is a lie. Very big lie. There are not 3 members of the Cabinet who subscribe to David's Twitter feed. I, myself, don't get all the fuss about Twitter. I think people have forgotten the simple pleasure of just sitting down and talking to friends on Skype. And next, it's Lee.
I kept my car running for 2 months by cracking an egg into it every day.
David's team, is that possible?
When you say cracking eggs into it, where do you mean in the petrol tank or in the...
In the petrol tank. Oh, you fool. Do you know nothing of cars and eggs?
not egg-running cars.
Well, if you, in a car, you have a radiator. If the radiator cracks, all the water comes out.
Yeah.
But, interestingly, if you put an egg in the radiator, it congeals. And it seals the hole in the radiator because the egg cuts and...
So why didn't you go and get it fixed?
Well, that's a good question. See, Trini, I couldn't afford it. So I thought, it's about 150 quid to get the radiator replaced now. It was my first car. So
the eggs must have cost you 100 quid.
No, they weren't free range, darling. No, I'm talking really
So you
cruel
didn't...
eggs.
Did you do an egg a day?
Cruel and cheap, they used to be called.
Did you do an egg a day?
I can pump out 50 a day was the advert. Who needs to move his head? That's where the advert... Who needs to move his head? 50 a day, that's me.
So what do you think? Is it true or is it a lie?
Can't be true.
What do you think?
I think it's a lie.
Oh,
OK,
David.
lie.
You're saying it's a lie. Lee, tell us the truth.
It is, in fact.
Oh, yes. Very good. It's very, very true indeed. Lee Mack's motto is if there's a job worth doing, it's worth doing haphazardly with some farm produce. And that noise signals time's up, and it's the end of the show, and I can reveal that. Tonight's winners are Lee's team by a massive 9 points to 2.
Brilliant.
It's not just a team game anymore. My individual liar of the week is Michael Ball.
Oh, that's very kind.
Yes. Michael Ball, whose biggest lie prior to tonight was love changes everything. I can tell you from experience, Michael, that what actually changes everything is having your girlfriend come home to find you prancing around the bedroom in her underwear. Good night.